Lentra and CNBC TV-18 Digital Lending Summit, Mumbai, India.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and welcome to Lentra and CNBC TV-18 presents Digital Lending Summit, where we are set to explore and discuss the theme, Empowering Economic Growth for All, Bridging the Credit Gap. I'm your host for the summit, Mugdha Kalra. Lentra has emerged as a trailblazer in the realm of digital lending. It stands proudly as an end-to-end cloud lending platform democratizing digital lending through its secure and scalable SaaS platform. As of today, Lentra's lending platform proudly serves over 45 financial institutions. Impressive, right? But that's not all. It has successfully processed over $20 billion of loan applications, with a staggering 2 million loans being processed monthly. Today, as we revel in these remarkable numbers, we also embark on a collective journey towards a future marked by financial inclusion, economic empowerment, and bridging of a crucial gap, the credit gap. Now, in a world that is becoming increasingly interconnected, the importance of ensuring economic growth for all segments of society cannot be overstated. Our theme for today's summit, therefore, Empowering Economic Growth for All, Bridging the Credit Gap, resonates with the urgent need to create a financial landscape that leaves no one behind. As we gather here, we recognize that access to credit is not just a financial transaction. It is a gateway to opportunities, a catalyst for growth, and a key driver of economic development. Now, before we kickstart the day's proceedings, let us take a look at Lentra's journey.
Lentra exists to answer a simple question. Growth. Who does it belong to? The student who wishes to study abroad? The entrepreneur who wants to expand? The farmer who wants to double the yield? Everyone. Everyone needs funds to make growth happen, and they need it now. That's why Lentra has transformed lending, empowering banks and financial institutions to serve their customers at the speed of thought. With its 360-degree full-stack, fully integrated, easily configurable end-to-end platform, Lentra is accelerating digital lending everywhere. Lentra's AI-enabled digital lending cloud brings down loan approval and disbursement time from days to seconds, helping turn outdated practices into automated tech, making go-to-market easier and faster, eliminating inaccuracies and errors, accelerating customer acquisition, reducing costs, and enhancing the customer experience. Lentra is fast becoming a trusted partner to leading banks and institutions, thanks to our easy-to-implement, secure, scalable, and customizable products, and with the pay-as-you-go model. Financial inclusion is essential to the economic development of societies, and it is essential that the dreams of every citizen are fueled and funded without delay or pause. So if the question still is, who does growth belong to? The answer is everyone. So join Lentra as we race ahead, driven by one mission: growth for all.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to commence the summit, I would like to invite on stage two integral personalities from Lentra, Sandeep Mathur, Chief Revenue Officer, and Rajesh Kumar, Chief Marketing Officer, who will extend a very warm welcome and set the stage for today's discussion. Gentlemen.
And welcome to the second edition of the Lentra Digital Lending Summit. Some of you might recall that in our inaugural Digital Lending Summit that we did last year, we had to close down registrations because there were thousands of registrations that came in. We could only accommodate a few hundred people in a room. And that's when on stage I promised, and as Lentra we promised, that we're going to make it bigger and better this year. So here we are, a slightly bigger room. We are streaming this live. We have thousands of registrations again, and it keeps us highly motivated. So please keep us, keep encouraging us, spend the day with us, come and talk to us. This is an annual event, so we're going to do it again next year. I'm actually super pumped for today because we've got a great lineup of speakers, we've got great content, and all of this has been curated. So you're going to see, and hopefully you'll get a lot of value out of this event that we do today. And can we change the slides? Yeah. All right, so you saw in the video as well, what's at the heart of Lentra. At the heart of Lentra is growth. It's growth for you, our clients. It's growth for your customers. So it's really growth for all. And you will see that come through in many different ways at Lentra. One of the things that we started when we started as a company was that we said we will always be based on transaction-based pricing. So we are directly connected to your success. We do this also by bringing a great deal of product innovation, the speed at which we do product innovation, and a new feature release, which allows you to stay competitive in the marketplace. We also exhibit this behavior of being connected to you, committed to your growth, by doing standard templatized implementations in a very short duration of time. We call that program Super 60. Some of you might have already experienced it. So if you have a standard implementation right out of the box, we can launch a new financial product with you in about 60 days. And by the way, all of this business growth without sacrificing security. So all of this is under a secure and a compliant manner because we do understand this is a highly regulated industry. So we've got to make sure that those things stand through. We have an ever-growing client list, and we are very, very proud and humbled every time somebody joins this particular list. We work with some of the best and the biggest names across the country. We've helped launch 50+ products, financial products this year with these clients. It's no mean feat. And most of these products have gone on to win various accolades, various awards. For example, the HDFC Bank Cattle Finance Journey was recognized at the G20 Summit. Federal Bank recently, for the Digital PL Journey, got an award from the banker, Asia Pacific. So what I really want to do now is please give yourselves a big round of applause for launching new products, for making these journeys successful and growing rapidly this year. It's been a great year for most of our clients. So thank you so much for that. We ourselves, in our humble way, have also won some awards. And as a young company which was born 4 years ago, we are probably at this point in time the most awarded platform amongst all the startups that you see around. So we won a number of awards as well ourselves. And that's what keeps us going. We are committed to innovation. We are committed to doing new products releases. We're committed to bringing new products to the marketplace. This festival year, one of the benchmarks we have in terms of growth is the benchmark around what happens during festival season. And as compared to last year, you can see some of the stats up on stage. The number of applications that we processed during the Diwali week itself was 2 million applications. So typically, we process about 2 million in a month. That week, we processed 2 million applications. The amount of loans that we processed compared to last year went up by almost 51%. And a stat which is a staggering stat for all the deep tech folks in the room is that we were able to do peak API calls, or 10,000 peak API calls per second, which is 7x from last year. And as you all know, that when you come onto the Lentra Lending Cloud, you automatically get connected to 250 different API providers in the marketplace. So these are all great stats. Obviously, we are committed to scale. We are committed to doing this in the, like I said before, secure manner. We've been extremely busy this year, as you can imagine, launching various products in the marketplace, delivering innovation. Some of the ones that I really want to highlight, and they are on display within the demo booths itself, and I would encourage you to take a look at it. One of them is One LMS. And we've seen across the board over the last 3 or 4 years, most of our clients telling us that they would love to replace their current LMS system. And we found that the LMSs that have been there in the past didn't cater to EMI and non-EMI products together. So every bank, every financial institution has multiple LMSs. There was this challenge of end-of-day closing. There was this challenge of end-of-month closing. And so you had to bring systems down for your LMS so that it works properly. We've solved that problem. So again, please take time, spend some time with the One LMS team and look at what we've done on the One LMS. It's an API-based, extremely modern loan servicing platform, and you should definitely take a look at it. We've launched digital home loan, and again, you're going to say, well, a lot of companies have launched digital home loans, but we've gone live with multiple clients this year. And whether it's affordable housing, whether it's housing at the prime level, we've sort of done it all. We've taken extremely complex journeys and made them go live, so you get a lot of this out of the box itself. So if you're in the business of home loan, please, again, come and talk to us. Hopefully there'll be somebody who will show you a demo of that. We've also launched our Agri platform this year. So we've been working on Agri journeys for the last 2 years, but this was the year we've gone live with a number of our Agri journeys, whether that's Kisan credit card, whether that's cattle finance or any other journey that you can think of. All of those are now available on our Agri platform. No conference can be complete, and not just a tech conference, right? No conference can be complete without talking about Gen AI and generative AI. And it was the same thing. I mean, I've got a few gray hair, and so some of you will remember that, this was exactly the spirit behind distributed ledgers about 8 or 10 years ago, and everybody was talking about crypto, and that was the answer, or that was a panacea. The point is that all of these technologies will come in, they will create, there is a hype cycle to it, they will all leave some impressions behind, and they're all extremely, extremely positive. I got reminded, when I was thinking about sort of Gen AI, and I was reminded of this gentleman called Shel Silverstein. And he's a very famous children's book author, songwriter. I don't know how many of you have heard of him. But he wrote a poem many, many years ago. I think this was 1978, where he wrote a poem called The Homework Machine. And I'm going to read that out for you. The homework machine, oh, the homework machine, most perfect contraption that's ever been seen. You put in your homework, then drop in a dime, snap on the switch, and in 10 seconds time, your homework comes out, quick and clean as can be. Here it is 9 plus 4, and the answer is 3. 3? Oh me, I guess it's not as perfect as I thought it would be. Now, this is a reminder where anybody who's used sort of Gen AI, and I've dabbled in it, I know our company has been dabbling in it. I'm not trying to belittle the technology, I'm saying it's great and it's very powerful. We've been working on this for a while. We're going to show you some examples of that technology today. Please come and talk to us. If you are looking at Gen AI, if you're thinking about Gen AI use cases, please come and talk to us. In a regulated marketplace, you have to think about a number of things. You have to think about data security, privacy, application of some of these, ramifications of these 5 or 10 years from now. And so we've been thinking about a number of things, and we will show you some of those applications today, some of the use cases that we've come up with, but I would encourage you to come and speak to us. Okay, with that, I'm going to hand over, and since we're talking about content, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Rajesh, and he'll walk you through what's in store.
Well, thank you, Sandeep. Hi, everyone. Good morning again. Hope you can hear me well. So let's get started. But before I start, I must thank all our affiliates who put their hands together, their might together with us to make this event happen. So AWS, Adify, MongoDB, Arya, and Mehu. Wherever you are, please, thank you so much. Sandeep spoke about it. Let me show you the real numbers. We got close to 3,000 people. But what is more interesting is they were from 50 cities. So this is not a metro topic, just like loans and lending and credit access is not a metro topic. This isn't a metro topic. And that's where, like Sandeep mentioned, we are webcasting live. It reaches a lot of people. The knowledge, information is reaching out to people. And of course, as it's obvious, there are lots of banks, lots of NBFCs, and very good interest at a senior level. Because this is a business topic as much as it is a tech topic. This is an accelerator for business. This is an accelerator for revenues. This is an accelerator for customer experience. Now, a quick look at the agenda, and I'll talk about more in detail. So the first half, which is here, we have a day packed with great keynotes, panel discussions, to provoke your thinking into what is possible with the new technology to make credit accessible to all, and of course, in the process, growing that business stream for yourselves. In the second half, we have two areas. One is this room, other is a grand salon, and we are going to cover different topics and call actual practitioners to share their experience, talk with you what problems they solved, what were their trials and tribulations, and how did they emerge victorious. Any technology solution is as good as the success it delivers. So these are real people, real success stories. I'm sure you'll find it very, very interesting. Now, immediately after this, let me tell you a little bit about the sessions. We are going to have the first session where Sresha from BCG will talk about the transformation that is taking place in banking sector and the lending opportunity that is opening up as a growth opportunity for everyone. Then she'll invite our CEO DV to talk about how he sees this confluence of technology and the financial services for banks and NBFCs, helping them shape and ride this opportunity without disruption. Then we have the first keynote, Mr. J.K. Das. He's already in the house. He's going to talk about role of policy in putting the right guardrails to ensure a sustainable growth. Then we have the special address, Mr. Dinesh Khara of SBI. He's going to come in and talk about the pivotal role of lending and credit access in driving economic opportunity at the grassroots. And he's the best person, the reach SBI has, nobody else has. So looking forward to that session. Then we have our first panel, where we have a bevy of bank CXOs who are going to talk about how convergence of finance and technology is paving the way forward. I'm sure it is going to have some interesting learnings and takeaways for all of us. This will be followed by the fireside chat, where we're going to have this topic of building profitable scale in the retail assets. Then we have the second panel. In fact, before that panel, we have what Sandeep indicated, the most interesting launch. We will demo some interesting use cases for Gen AI integration into the lending platform and make some exciting announcements. Then we have the second panel, which I was talking about, which is going to talk about innovations in lending beyond the traditional realm across retail, MSME, and agri sector. Then we break for lunch, and then we have two breakouts. And two areas we are going to focus on. One is, like I said, real experiences of people deploying technology for retail, SME, and agri sectors, how they're shaping products and strategies and reach and ensuring better service levels, like Sandeep mentioned, driving high volume when the surge comes, which is not possible if you don't, completely automate and digitize. And the second area we're going to talk about, again, there are actual clients and CXO sharing their experience in terms of, the impact of modern cloud on scalability, which we have already into our platform, talking about security, and of course, artificial intelligence. We can never get enough of it, whether you open the paper or open anything, but we're going to talk about some real use cases and how you can see that in your day-to-day life. And then evening, we have the recognition ceremony. We're going to have that kicked off by our Chief Operating Officer, Srihari, talking about, how we are trying to build an industry platform to put a spotlight on the right things people are doing and how other people can learn from it. And then we have Cyrus Daruwala from IDC. He heads IDC Financial Services globally. He's going to talk about how he sees India Opportunity 2024. His realm is global, but he's an Indophile, as you can tell. So he's going to talk about some interesting insights as we enter the new year. And then we have the awards. before awards, we are going to have a very interesting fireside chat with Jonty Rhodes, talking about winning and passion, which is where the whole spirit of award comes. And then he, along with DV, is going to give away these awards. And then we have a evening to celebrate together, over drinks and dinner. So with that, thank you very much.
Lentra and CNBC TV-18 Digital Lending Summit, Mumbai, India.